Hey, this is David Atkins. I'm a targeted individual. And as you know, I got banned last week for the implant thing. So, I mean to tell you, this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, today I'm going to talk about synthetic telepathy and psychotronic torture. The Pentagon and U.S. intelligence agencies called the NSA, Central Security Office, DIA, Defense Intelligence Agency, DARPA, Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, the CIA, and the DHS, and FBI, COINTELPRO, or Counterintelligence Program Unit has extremely top secret technology that can pick up the private thoughts given by individuals and the vibrations produced by the brain's electrical impulses, and that these thoughts be broadcast by means of microwave transceivers, infrasound and ultrasound transceivers, satellites, and any other form of technology which uses electromagnetic transfer, television, radio, the internet, and telephone. The Pentagon calls this mind-reading technology synthetic telepathy. Although there's nothing paranormal about it at all, the NSA, or National Security Agency, is a part of the U.S. Department of Defense, and a very secretive part at that. The NSA has a black budget and is always headed by a flag officer from one of the branches of the U.S. military. The top secret technologies available to the U.S. military is usually 30 years or maybe even more ahead of technology which is available to the civilian economy. Who is to know among the general U.S. public what the level of technology development is within the secret laboratories of the NSA and DARPA? The headquarters of national security, which is located at Fort George Meade in the United States of Maryland. Today, they don't need chips. With the latest top secret rapid technology advancements available to the U.S. military, intelligence agency, and for the need for microscopic computer chips is obsolete. Rather, a system of subliminal, subconscious, wireless, microwave remote control is used today against targeted individuals suffering from synthetic telepathy, harassment, synthetic telepathy, synthetic provocators involved in murders and tortures of hundreds and thousands of innocent citizens for years and years. At the last count, there are 50,000 NSA spies who are businessmen, priests, community leaders, and in all walks of life who are spying and keeping tabs on pretty much all America. And the synthetic telepathy espionage trainees, sociopaths, sadomasochists, torture slanderers, experimenters, spies, in order to avoid developing any sympathy for the targeted victims, deliberately avoid actually feeling the emotions of their victims by following the squiggly EEG lines on a computer monitor screen, as well as the silent words thought by their victims, which also appear on the computer monitor screens. Then again, who can feel all of the emotions and thoughts which any given person has undergone every second of their entire lifetime? The emotions and silent words of victims of synthetic telepathy operators can be broadcast against their will to anyone the synthetic telepathy tortures choose to broadcast to. And they also have the power to block or censor any emotions or words of their victims which they do not want to be broadcast. The synthetic telepathy spies can also place their own criminal or antisocial negative emotions and words into the victims by means of subliminal, subconscious, remote control microwave brainwashing technology, and they can change the voice behind their words so as to make it appear that it is the targeted victim and not themselves who are communicating by means of synthetic telepathy. They can also store emotions and silently thought words onto a supercomputer memory bank, which they can rebroadcast at a later time. I believe that the synthetic telepathy operators, although having high IQs, are predisposed towards sociopathic behavior. because of genetic defect or a combination of genetic defects, and that the only way they can sustain enthusiasm in their lives is by engaging in an addictive pattern of sadomasochistic I don't know how to say that, activities and fantasies. If you do not believe that synthetic telepathy exists, then you should look at these following websites, which reveal part of the electromagnetic psychological warfare and mind control, which today is declassified. I urge the readers to print and save these columns, as well as the following link with the NSA and psychotronic weapon attacks and sadistic torture of 100,000 innocent Americans nationwide and worldwide. Covert operations of the United National Security Agent. Link unknown. Readers are also advised important things from the above link for Americans and other people to educate and protect themselves and their loved ones from these secret, non-consensual, and illegal psychopathic experiments and attacks and tortures by these 100,000 FBI and NSA secret psychopaths and spies. And I look for the link and I don't see no link. But here, start number 1. NSA has records on all U.S. citizens. The NSA gathers information on U.S. citizens with over 50,000 NSA agents and spies. NSA personnel in the community usually have cover identities such as social workers, priests, church leaders, lawyers, and business owners. 3. NSA personnel can control the lives of hundreds and thousands of individuals in the U.S. by using the NSA's domestic intelligence network and cover business. 4. The network DOMINT, D-O-M-I-N-T, covers the entire U.S., involves tens of thousands of NSA personnel, and tracks millions of persons simultaneously. 5. At the present time, the NSA has nanotechnology computers that are 15 years ahead of present computer technology. 7. Synthetic telepathy and other psychoelectronic weapons can have an effect on victims' bodies painlessly without their knowledge in a matter of minutes. NSA computer-generated brain mapping can continuously monitor all the electrical activity in the brain continuously. 10. NSA 9. For electronic surveillance purposes, electric activity in the speech center of the brain can be translated into the subject's verbal thoughts. 10. NSA operatives can use this covertly to debilitate subjects by simulating auditory hallucinations and characteristics of paranoid schizophrenic. 11. Without any contact with the subject, remote neural monitoring can map out electrical activity from the visual cortex of a subject's brain and show images from the subject's brain on a video monitor. NSA operatives see what the surveillance subject's eyes are seeing. Visual memory can also be seen. Remote neural monitoring can send messages to the visual cortex, bypassing the eyes of the optic nerves. NSA operatives can use this surreptitiously to put images into a surveillance subject's brain while they are in REM sleep for brain programming purposes. 13. The NSA Fort Meade has in place a vast two-way wireless or remote neural monitor system which is used to track subjects and non-invasively monitor audio-visual information in their brains. This is all done with no physical subject and with no physical conduct with the subjects. RMN, or remote neural monitoring, is the ultimate method of surveillance and domestic intelligence. Speech, 3D sound, subliminal audio can be sent to the auditory cortex of the subject's brain, bypassing the ears, and images can be sent into the visual cortex. RMN can alter a subject's perceptions, mood, and motor control. RMN can alter a subject's perceptions, moods, or motor control. Number 15. The NSA signals intelligence has the proprietary ability to monitor remotely and non-invasive information in the human brain by digitally decoding the evoked potentials in the 30 to 50 hertz 5 milliwatt electromagnetic emissions from the brain. 16. Remote monitoring trafficking of individuals in any location inside any building continuously anywhere in the country. RMN can electronically identify individuals and track them anywhere in the U.S. Tens of thousands of persons in each area working as spotters and neighborhood business places spies, sometimes unwittingly following and checking on subjects who have been identified for covert control by NSA personnel. How FBI and NSA disables and cripples and murders its own innocent American citizens. God only knows how many of the unsolved murders and diseases are actually committed and spread by these FBI and NSA agents and spies. Chemicals and drugs into residential buildings with hidden NSA installed and maintain plastic plumbing lines. The NSA has kits for running lines into residential tap water and air ducts subjects for the delivery of drugs, such as sleeping gas or brainwashing aided drugs. This is an outgrowth of the CIA pharmacology, psychopharmacology. Victims experience daily break-ins in their homes, and victims of this endless torture have no way to prove the break-ins and poisoning of food, since spies have technology that can easily disable the video surveillance systems, phone lines, and security alarm system of the tortured victims. The spies threatened hundreds of thousands of these innocent torture victims in America with accidents, violent terrorism, attacks in the form of measles, chickenpox, smallpox form of viruses, life-threatening diseases like AIDS, debilitating diseases, cystic fibrosis, Alzheimer's, etc., etc. Spies post threatening messages on the internet that only the mind control victims can understand and know those threats were meant for the victims. In some cases, unfortunately, these tortured victims do not even know they are tortured victims. Psychopathic torture experiments, reading and broadcasting private thoughts, frequent break-ins and poisoning of food, frequent break-ins and enters at the home and at work with clothing, furniture, business papers, computer files sabotaged, modified, or stolen. Frequent break-ins and movement of items from their original places, lights, TV, and other electronic appliances turned on or off. Controlled dreams, forced walking visions sometimes synchronized with body motion, microwave hearing, transparent eyelids, artificial tinnitus, forced movement of the jaw and clacking of teeth, forced precision, manipulation of hands, forced memory blanking and inducing erroneous actions, induced changes to hearing, both apparent direction and volume, and sometimes even content, sudden violent itching inside eyelids, forced manipulation of airways, including externally controlled forced speech, wildly racing heart with no cause, remotely induced violent no rash itching often during delicate or messy work, forced nudging of arm during delicate or messy work causing spills or injury, intense general pain or hot needles pushed deep into the flesh sensations, wild flailing sometimes followed by short periods of rigor mortis, sudden overheating, all body pain, sleep prevention, forced drop in your track sleep inducement, irresistible go here, go there commands, microwave burns, electronic shocks, torture victims, impotency caused by secret poisoning of the food by the spies, usually alone in his or her torture, constant mental rape, insults, and humiliation, has no privacy even for his own private thoughts, cannot plan secretly nor hold secrets or intellectual property, is subject to vicious physical, psychological attacks, does not know how harassment is happening or by whom, does not know why harassment is happening, may be accused of mental illness caused delusional, cannot get away no matter where he or she goes, buying rape through streams, bugged conversation, gossip, rumors, social and job connections broken, microwave voices, clicks, pops, brain zapping, direct harassment, death and disease threats via the internet messages and from undercover spies. Mind control means influencing the behavior of an individual and to creating or remoting the victim's personality towards desired states, the desired model for the human for elite of the world. Easily steerable mass human without personal characteristics, a stupefied, dumbed down person, This secures the interests of the elite of the world so they can lead our lives through changing times the way they want. Apparently, growing out of earlier government mind control research programs such as MK Ultra and government suppression of the dissident programs such as COINTELPRO, today's mind control is covert, finely crafted, and around-the-clock harassment perpetrated against citizens living in their homes and communities. Destruction of family and other relationships by way of lies, bribes, threats is a goal of the phase of today's mind control. The current day mind control program has been carefully engineered so that if the target complains, their own words will instantly cause them to be labeled as mentally ill. The mind-body symptoms of current day mind control include excruciating pain, exceptionally frequently blanking of recent memories, and truncation of new ideas. Impotency caused by, let's see, I got to see how much more time I got. Oh, I got time to read this. All right, the mind-body symptoms of current-day mind control include excruciating pain, impotency caused by secret poisoning of the food by spies, very unnatural inability to sleep as if large amounts of caffeine have been consumed, sudden forced awakening at precisely the same time in the middle of the night, continuing for at least months and right on the clock time, such as 4 p.m. or 4 a.m., 0 minutes, 0 seconds. Sudden clumsiness, which can result in spills, spoilage of precise work, or injury. Attacks of extreme fatigue, sometimes almost to the point of paralysis, where there is no reason for such attacks. Frequent, powerful itching without rash, which may start as small electrical shock. Artificial bee stings, especially while trying to get to sleep. Wildly racing heart without any cause. Suddenly overheating without any cause. Frequent failing of arms and legs as you try to sleep. Fake sounds such as alarm clock going off when it shouldn't. Telephone ringing when there's not an incoming call. Knocking on the door. Voices either insulting or telling you things that indicate you are under surveillance. Vibration of parts of the body, parts while trying to sleep. High-pitched tone in ears, which may change when switching electronic equipment on or off in some cases. Statements by strangers indicating they know what you had for supper or things like that. In some cases, statements made by strangers indicating they can read your thoughts. Artificial and powerful sexual stimulation. Artificial and powerful prevention of sexual stimulation. Spies post messages anonymously to indicate to the tortured victims how they made the victims impotent. Ignore. Let's see. We think we lead our lives, but we don't. You have to wake up to take notice on the situation and try to change the course of history. And that's it. Like I said, it was for entertainment purposes only. Hopefully some of y'all can relate to what's going on. Anyway, I'm David Atkins. I'm a targeted individual. I'm signing off. If you like the video, please hit like and please comment below. I would love to hear what you got to say. Thanks.